that movie Parasite on a 10-year-old version
They,
of
yeah, they edited it or
yeah.
produced it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Oh, that's funky. You
What?
ever watch somebody juggle from above?
Uh-uh.
Oh, that is so weird. That'll hurt your head. That's really.
Oh, did you send me the link?
Yeah, I put it in chat.
Oh. But you know what?
That is
It,
cool.
it kind of makes it look easier.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? I don't have that coordination. I've
No,
tried that
neither
a
do
couple
I.
times.
Neither do I, sir.
I have tried that. I cannot do it. All right, you want to do a thing?
Sure, let's do a thing. Let us
All
do
right,
it.
we's live, and here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Joystick and Mouse, video game news and reviews for all you filthy casuals out there. I'm Don, I go by Diddy in the gaming community. With me this evening, as always, is Jay Dimes.
What's going on, folks?
This is episode 142, and today is August 9th, not August 8th, because I had to deliver furniture to the offspring last night.
Is the offspring inheriting furniture because
the
you all are getting new furniture?
the offspring
Is
is
that how that?
inheriting furniture.
Yeah, good for them.
And so today
Good
on the
for them.
program, the recession is hitting everyone, even video game companies. There will be no Musk Station or Overwatch loot boxes for that matter, but there will be more games on Netflix, and nobody cares. And
Nope.
we take a look at what video games should cost
Mm.
today. So how you been, man?
Pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Good. All back in the house and everything.
All back in the house.
That's good.
And then Will's computer broke.
Oh, what did Will do to
I,
his computer?
I don't know. Here are parts
Oh, parts are
from.
bad. Uh,
Here are
well,
parts from Will's computer.
video
Video
cards are
card, some
good.
RAM, capture card. Don't know what he did. All of a sudden, the computer is getting power. It is recognizing power and not doing anything else.
Hmm. No fans, no
Um,
nothing, no turn on,
Getting
no
fans.
fans are on.
Fans are on. Not getting any picture. Try two different graphics ports, the card and the onboard graphics.
Yeah, that's so not the graphics
Um,
card.
nope. So I am pretty sure
Hmm.
that it's the board.
Yeah, and if it were RAM, it would at least boot, and you'd get the well, you might, well, maybe.
But then it would have to be both pieces of RAM because I tried swapping out
Yeah,
And
because
like,
then you can try just one stick and
right, yeah, I tried one stick that didn't fix
yeah.
it.
So yep,
So I
more than
think it's
likely
something
not
with the board.
random.
I was kind of doing some Google, and it looks like um that board has had some issues where it's gone out. So we'll
Yep,
see. We
there
shall see.
every once in a while there are just bad batches of something and somebody.
So I'm ordering some anti-static bags, and gonna send it back.
Yep. Oh, I probably have a whole box of them downstairs somewhere.
Uh,
Could have given you one, but anyway.
yeah. Well, I need some extras. I've got. It's like $10 for 20
I
bags.
know, yeah, that's why I have a whole bunch of them downstairs.
Um, so I've got an old setup that I've been like have chilling in a box
Hmm.
and bag that stuff up, and so we shall see. But other than that, everything is good. Everything is good. So,
That was cool. Well, so since the last time we got together, I had a birthday,
happy
and
belated birthday.
thank you, and significant one. So we decided to go out to St. Louis and surprise my dad. So on my birthday, I showed up at his door, and he about fainted and fell over.
Listen, you know it would not have been good to give your father a heart attack
No,
on your birthday.
no, that would not have been good. But so and then we went out, him and my brother and I, we went out to breakfast. That was fun.
Nice.
Got to spend some time with the family, which was good, and catch up and see my little grandnephew, who is oh my god. um, but on the way out, we stopped in Lexington, Kentucky, so the middle of bourbon country.
You always can find your way to some alcohol, Don.
Yeah, you know what? So this is bad. Um, I I've like this is like started a collection. This is I don't, I've got a lot of unopened bottles. But
Hey.
I was trying to look for. So this was really weird. We only found one little distillery there in Lexington that we stopped at, but it was really good. It's called Midway. Um,
Okay.
and well, okay. So their name is Bluegrass right now, and they're changing their name to Midway and moving. But they had a toasted oak, which was really good. It's super good. Um, but in Illinois, I went to a Total Beverage. Out there at Total Beverage, they sell liquor in
Mm.
in the Total Beverage. They had so many things that I had never seen before. And I was like, well, you know what? Instead of having to go around to all these distilleries, I'll just find stuff here that I couldn't find anywhere else. So I got all kinds of things. I'll mention them. The toasted oat from Bluegrass was the first one I found. That was really really good. That's the only one I've had so far. So
Did you see any Buffalo Trace or Blanton's while you were in Kentucky?
no, not even in
Ha.
Kentucky. Matter of fact, we went to the distillery there. We went to a brewery for dinner that night. Actually, so in the middle of Kentucky, we had some incredible seafood. It was weird. Um,
Is Kentucky landlocked?
yes,
Do they not have any?
they
Okay.
do not have port. Mrs. Diddy had lobster rolls that were
Mm.
to kill for. They were exceptional, really, really good. And I had fish and chips that was good and flaky and really, really good.
Let me tell you. So the fish and chips doesn't surprise me. Like I can get
Yeah.
that. It's not hard to get reasonably fresh cod to fry, but a good lobster roll.
Yeah, they were really. She had shrimp and grits, and she said it's the best she's ever tasted.
Now, Now I will take
So
some
you
issue with
really like the
that.
texture of the grits. They're a little bit. They're not
So it
as.
wasn't so much the shrimp was the
The
best.
shrimp was
It
really
was
good, but the sauce
but
that
the
they had
grits.
on it and the grits were really good.
She should go to Georgia Brown, Sweet Georgia Brown's downtown DC
Oh, see,
and
now
try their
DC.
shrimp and grits.
It might be. Well, we'll have to see. We're trying to be more adventurous in our.
I'm going to a concert tomorrow. I don't know if I can get any more adventurous than this. I'm going to
Oh,
the Anthem to see Leon Bridges.
oh, nice.
My one of my coworkers called me up and was like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket. Do you want to go? It's free." I said, "Sure."
Well, you
I'll
can't
take my
beat
little
that. Free is
mask with
good.
me. Take my
Free is
mask
good.
with me and hope to stave off COVID and monkeypox.
Yeah. A concert might be a place that I might still wear a mask.
Not be going. Yeah, oh, I will. I mean, I wore a mask the whole time I went to go see the Roots.
Oh, that's
We've
good.
got tickets to go see Hamilton. Not this weekend,
Hamilton's
but
great.
next weekend. Yeah. So Vanessa and I've seen it. Saw it once already. We saw it the first time they were at Kennedy Center, and then my best friend, there's their kids go to like a magnet school,
Mm-hmm.
and they had done like a school buy for
Oh,
tickets for
that's
Hamilton,
cool.
and one of the families couldn't go,
Oh, that's cool.
so I lucked into 4 tickets to go see Hamilton.
Can't beat that.
And
Can't beat
well, I
that.
mean, I had to pay for those tickets, but
Well, hey, still, those
mhm.
are a tough ticket to come by, so can't
So
complain
yeah,
about that. So,
yeah, Will is excited to get to go.
so yeah, I stocked up. Maybe I'll put the picture out on Twitter, or I'll share it under this account.
At all of that, all of the alcohol.
Yeah, I found I think I got 7 different bourbons
Oh,
that
yeah.
I've never seen before. One is the one name brand one that I did find was Woodford Reserve, but it's like a special bottled in bond version.
Hmm.
I'd never seen it before.
Is that out of Kentucky?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, Woodford Reserve and Buffalo Trace are within 6 or 7 miles of each other,
Maybe I need to go to Kentucky and just
and it's in
take a bourbon tour.
it's right between. Yeah, see, we were gonna stop on the way back. Problem was driving.
Mhm.
It's really hard to go, and the tastings are filled up. So when we looked, well, that and there was the storm of the century going on when we drove back. There was that, and it was like, well, do you want to drive through the front all the way back, or do we go the northern route up through Indiana and come back? So we went that way just
How
to
long was
avoid
the
the weather.
drive? Kentucky.
About 12 hours.
Oof.
Going out, we stopped, so it wasn't that bad.
Hmm.
Coming back, got about halfway, and I'm like, screw it, we're just going. We're just going. That's it. So,
Yeah,
but it was good. But had a
that's
good
a long
time.
drive.
It was fun.
Straight shot. Y'all just did it all the way back. Straight shot.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, it's a long drive.
Yeah, 12 hours is half a
it's
day.
it's a long drive,
It's
no
a work
doubt.
day and a half.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, let's get into it here. I gave you the first one, so you're up. Shit, I keep hitting my watch on the desk.
The giants of the video game world saw their sales slide in the second quarter as initial tailwinds from the COVID pandemic faded. In the 3 months ending with June, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo each posted disappointing results in their respective gaming businesses.
I don't think this is a big shock to anybody. I mean, we were stuck in our house for 2 years. Of course, we bought a lot of video games.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I mean, I would also be interested in knowing how much of that is lack of availability of consoles versus, I mean, it's been scarce the whole time, but I feel like it's even more scarce right now. So I mean that those are big, those are big purchases, $500 a shot.
They're big
If you're
purchases
not
now
getting
too,
those,
especially
yeah,
with inflation and things hitting and
yeah. I mean, here's the thing, like totally separate topic, but have they missed? Did they mess around and miss a window?
yeah, you would have thought if they could, of course, so yes, so you have a pandemic, but you've also got a supply chain problem that you can't get what you need to build the consoles
Mm-hmm.
because during that time they probably could have sold
Do,
as many as
do
they
you
could have
think that
made.
it's that they can't get it, or that they don't want to spend the money? They don't want to lose the money,
I
right?
think they
So
want to sell
you're
as many
selling
as
at a
they can.
loss. Yeah, but you're selling at a loss. I don't know. I mean, it's all conjecture on my end, but I do wonder if that plays some part.
The Xbox is getting a little easier to find. PlayStations are still really
Well,
hard.
and Xboxes have been. I mean, from the multitude of consoles that I have purchased, I would say that Xboxes have always been easier to find.
Yes, that's
I
probably
bought
true.
more PlayStations, I think, but
Yeah, because
Xboxes by and large, I think, were easier to
you had
find.
that gold finger clicking thing going on.
Yeah, listen, I was just following my guy on Twitter, and I was close. Every time. Every time. Well, so I mean, and that is the other thing I will say is I think by and large, if you really wanted a next gen console, I think you could have gotten.
That's probably true too. Yeah, if you really wanted one and you really
If
followed,
if
you
you were
could.
really willing to put in the work. I mean, I don't have any friends that said, "Hey, I wanted a console," that I don't think got one, either because I found it for them, or hit them with enough, like, "Hey, go here now, go here now,"
I know
and
this
they
guy. I
found.
just told him I wanted consoles, and he
Right, yeah,
found
that's
them.
it. I mean, and I told people, I'd say, "Hey, follow this guy on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, get a Twitter. Follow this guy. You'll get a console."
I did. So my problem is I couldn't watch it all the time, and so I'd see it to be an hour later, and by that time it was
Oh
gone.
yeah. Did you have notifications turned on?
Yeah, but I still don't.
Oh yeah. Well, I always have my phone at arm's reach, and I'd see the notification pop up. I get the little banner. I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
You know,
Do.
I looked at this. It still was 12.5 billion in sales the second
Yeah.
quarter.
Listen,
That's a
listen. We're
lot.
not here to feel bad for these folks.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Even if it's down 13%, you know what? That's still a lot of sales.
Hey, so here's a funny thing. If you go to Amazon right now and you look up a Series X, it says available by invitation.
Mm-hmm.
So you request an invitation, and they will reach out to you, and they'll reach out to folks when they have them in stock.
I've had an Xbox um in my basket, in my cart at the place, Best Buy. I mean, I've had one there. I almost bought it and tried to sell it, but you know, then I didn't.
Same thing for
Then I felt
PS5.
bad about that.
There's just not there's not enough games for me right now to make a PS5
Yeah, I
like a
mean,
thing.
I bought it for one game, so
If like
and I bought
if
that first.
Miles comes out and they're like, listen, they're doing like full out Miles Morales game, like something with like long playtime, right?
Yeah,
Not what they did for that first game. Maybe I would pull the trigger.
yeah,
But that's it.
and I bought that one first, so
Or, listen, if they did that and there was a new Killzone game,
because I bought an Xbox for one game. I mean, I bought that to play Halo,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was really good. Actually, I've been thinking about going back and playing that again.
I still never finished it.
Only trying to do, or getting back into it and trying to finish all the little side quests that go with it, which would be fun.
Yeah, I never finished. I probably should. There's a list of games that I have
Yeah.
not finished.
Tell me about it. Well, and that's sort of
That I
part of
should
this problem
probably
of not being in a pandemic anymore, right? You can go out on the weekends and do things and go couch shopping and stuff, and you don't have as much time for games. So Horizons Forbidden West sits gathering dust because you can't find time to play it.
That's true.
So Elon Musk explains why he won't make video game console to compete with the PlayStation and Xbox. Because he's not dumb. He likes his money.
Well,
So I put this in here because there are other things about...
he's not dumb. He's a little obtuse, but he's not dumb.
There were things in here that I found fascinating, though. One of them is that he wants to bring Steam to Tesla vehicles. That is crazy. That you will be able to fire up Steam in your Tesla and play video games.
Yeah, listen, I could see that. I could see that.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, but listen, like, I feel like that is the whole thing that we've been talking about with, like, being able to stream these games, right?
Right.
So there's enough computers and probably enough processing power in a Tesla to run a thin client for
Absolutely. Yeah.
Xbox, Steam, whatever.
And those are running over 5G.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So,
Did you know that if you buy a Tesla, you have to have a connection? It has a...
Huh?
From what I understand, it has a SIM. And it has to have its own data connection.
And so you got to go out and pay for cell service for that?
I believe so, yeah.
Listen, I bet you there's just I bet you there's just a monthly fee that's that you probably
paid
maybe
with that's what it was. Maybe
Tesla.
It's just a Tesla fee.
But you know what? I wonder if they just connect to Starlink.
Maybe that would be the easiest way.
Yeah, actually, I have a buddy that I used to work with, who has a Starlink setup, and he had this post. He was working from his kid's Little League game, and he had his little Starlink set up behind him, like whole little satellite dish, all that stuff, and he's just going to work.
That's
and I thought
cool.
that was hilarious.
That's pretty cool. In this, so I don't know if you've heard of this. I've been watching this podcast called The Pivot. This is Ryan Clark.
Yeah,
and
I love
Channing
that
Crowder.
podcast.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Anyways, their sponsor is Happy
Dad.
Dad.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Happy Dad. I've never seen it in the store. It's a seltzer.
I think you can only get it in certain parts of the country. I don't think they have nationwide distribution yet.
I found it hilarious as a picture of Elon Musk in this article drinking Happy Dad. I was like,
well, you know what?
minute.
I wonder if they're sponsors of that podcast, because they're also sponsors, I want to say, on Bussin' with the Boys, which is another sports podcast that's on
I watch
Barstool.
that one too.
Oh yeah, but the pivot is
fantastic.
For years, I have said that Joe Rogan does the best long form interview out there. Whether you like Joe Rogan or not, agree with his politics, whatever, he is a superb interviewer.
Yeah,
does great interviews.
Yes.
Ryan Clark, and I single out Ryan Clark because although there are three people on that podcast, I feel like Ryan Clark does the bulk of the heavy lifting when
Absolutely.
it comes to the interviews. You know, Channing is there kind of for like a little comedic relief, and he asks some off the wall questions. If you
Well,
want to see something hilarious, go
that's
Google
why
the
he's
pivot
on.
and Kevin Hart,
Yes, that was
because
great.
and Fred, who talks more on this podcast than he did on their previous podcast,
Hmm.
but doesn't talk a whole lot.
He doesn't talk
Ryan
a whole
Clark
lot.
really does the bulk of the talking, and he's amazing at it.
Yeah,
I
Ryan
love Ryan
Clark
Clark.
is really good at it.
Yeah.
Very, very good at it.
Yeah, they've had great interviews.
Yeah. So there's our
on it.
plug for the Pivot podcast.
Mhm. Watch it. I send it to my friends all the time. Like, hey, go watch this.
And
go watch these interviews. They're great.
two of them that are fascinating. The one with Mike Tyson was just, I was like blown away by Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And the other one is Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. I would add to that Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin was really good.
Mike Tomlin was good, but I sort of wanted more out of that.
That's the most we've gotten out of Mike Tomlin in 20 years.
Yes, true. But I sort of wanted, I mean, they know, I sort of wanted, Ryan to dig a little bit, but maybe he knew Tomlin wouldn't answer it if he asked. So.
Ryan was just happy to have gotten him on the show. He was like, y'all gonna get what you get.
Yep, that's probably good. That's probably true.
Really, I've never seen them do a bad interview. I've never seen a show where I was like, I could have done something else with that hour that would have entertained me more. It's always a really good look. But yeah, the Mike Tyson one is great. Reflective Mike Tyson is kind of a gift.
It is
to the podcast world, because you get these great sound bites.
Well, he's been on everywhere, but he has his own too, which is
Right,
pretty good. But yeah, the last couple I've watched with him, it's like he sort of has had this epiphany about life, and it's really interesting to see him be very introspective.
Yeah. I am hoping that the Pivot will get Serena Williams on there.
That would be a good one. I've been trying to get them to get a couple of Dolphins players, because Channing Crowder's an ex-Dolphin. I was like, you guys got to reach out. You got to reach out to Marino. You got to get him on there. And I wanted to see Zach Thomas on there and ask him about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would really like to see Zach Thomas on there.
Because he's so unassuming. He's... You ever see him in an interview? He doesn't do many. Doesn't do many at all. And if he ever does talk to somebody, he's always very humble and very unassuming. And he's like, well, if it happens, it happens. And that's probably why it hasn't happened.
I think he should be in.
Oh, he absolutely should
be in. But I think it's a tough, because I was actually really surprised that Jason Taylor got in on his first ballot.
I was too. I thought Zach was more deserving than Jason Taylor.
Well, I don't know if I felt that, but I do think that
because Jason Taylor doesn't get to do what he did without Zach Thomas behind him.
Well, couple things. We're going way off of video games, folks. I hope you like.
Sorry, we're off on our sports. And
I
Patrick
think
Surtain
edge rushers are more glamorous.
Absolutely.
I think it's easier to get pass rushers.
Well, it's easier to get noticed, right?
Right. But Zach Thomas, I think, has the misfortune of being a great linebacker in an era where there were a lot of great linebackers.
There were great linebackers.
And a lot of them had more team success.
Yes, that's probably true, too.
Than he did. And so I don't necessarily think that people think about him the same way. But I do think that he will probably be a guy that at very least will get in with the senior committee.
Yeah, I think the first time he comes up with the second chance committee, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Listen, I'm shocked that John Lynch got in. Like, I don't know that John Lynch is a Hall of Famer, but he's in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys where I'm like, if you look at their stats, they're like, they're not anywhere near Zach. So,
yeah. So we'll see.
We shall see. All right. So yes. Anyway, so off on the tangent about Happy Day or Happy Dad, but yes, but yeah, you know what? Honestly, we don't need another console either. Please don't. We don't need
No.
another one.
Hell, we don't need another thin client. I don't need another streaming service.
Nope.
I don't.
Let me play them on
Here's a
my
funny
iPad.
thing.
I'm cool.
Here's a funny thing. I am shocked that we may come out of this thing and Steam be just as strong as they were going in.
Yeah.
I really thought Steam was going to take it on the nose with all these other little clients coming out in different ways. And they haven't. And the competition doesn't seem to be making a lot of headway. So
is Microsoft still Intel based?
Is who?
Microsoft. Is the Xbox
The console
still Intel based? Because I know people hacked the old one to actually run PC games.
I don't know, but hold on. I'm going to look that up.
If it is.
No, it is not.
It is not.
They run an AMD Zen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they got their own chip.
8-core processor.
So I was thinking, like, if you could put Steam on one of the consoles, like if they did a deal between the two and said, all right, like it makes more sense for Sony because Xbox has Game Pass and Game Pass is really popular. It makes more sense for Sony to do it.
And Sony, the PS5 uses the same processor.
Oh, that's actually, you know what? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Yep. I actually didn't know that.
Now, they are custom chips.
Yes, for them.
But they are both based off the AMD Zen 2 CPU.
Huh. See, you learned something. I did not know they were the same. I thought they were different.
Which, funny enough...
Which makes a lot of sense,
this
right?
This is another gaming thing that people always talk about. There's always this large discussion, and you see it in like our little that Facebook PC gaming and building group. You know, there's always this argument about, you know, is AMD really as good to game with? I mean, consoles are using it. Can't be that bad.
Yes. You know what? The difference in processors is so slight that you would never notice it in a game. You just won't. You know, and also, they can sit and they can brag about, you know, this and mine was, you know, this one was 4% better or whatever. It's the same with the video cards. You're not going to notice. You're just not.
Also, to answer an earlier question, the only place it looks like you can get Happy Dad is on the East Coast.
Really? I've never seen it.
And you don't see it until you get, it looks like, to Delaware.
Oh, is it north?
Delaware, Philadelphia, parts of Pennsylvania. Well, because I said Philadelphia, so as you go, but like if you get to Allentown, you won't see it in Allentown.
Huh.
You've got to get to Philly and then go up the coast.
That is so weird.
And then up into New Jersey. So I might have my sister's coming down to see Hamilton with us. I'm going to send her a store and ask her to go find.
We need a sample.
Yeah. Because there's quite a few places near her where she should be able to find it. So I will do that.
I'm going to sample it in the show.
That's right. All right. Am I up?
You're up.
In general, we like to think we know how much something is worth. The decision is based less on logic and more on emotion, an intangible gut feeling. When it comes to video games, we know when a game is under, or in most cases, overpriced. Unfortunately, that aptness in designating price to value is disrupted by inflation. So are video games really more expensive now? Probably.
Oh, so uh, this is interesting. Video game. So the article is interesting, and as we know, video games have not kept up with inflation at all.
Nope.
So here, the most interesting part of this is. So first, let me ask: you pay what are games are $69? They're $70 now, right?
Yeah, games typically a game that was
Like a
designed
PS5 game is
specifically
70.
for the PS5. Yeah,
And yeah,
$70.
I think the last Xbox one I bought was 70 too. So, do you feel that $70 is a good value for a video game?
Nope.
No?
I haven't paid $70 for a video game yet.
What's true? You always wait till they go on sale and buy them.
I'm cheap.
You never buy anything
People,
when it
listen to
comes
me.
out.
I am cheap.
So,
Give me a sale.
so for me, it sort of depends on the game, right? God of War, Halo, the Horizon games. I'm sorry, I paid for Elden Ring. Things like that. You know, I'm gonna pony up and buy those when they come out because I want to play them. So I think those are worth it. The problem is if you look back over time. No, I want you to think about this. In 1977, when the Atari 2600 came out, a game was $40.
Yep.
In those 50 years, it's only gone up $30.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What's even more amazing is that lasted almost 10 years until it went up $10. That price lasted 20 years.
Yeah. So, here's the thing I think you have to keep in mind, though, right? There are some things that have gone up in price, but there are a lot of things like computing power, right? The cost for the technology to build has gone down exponentially every year,
True, there's a lot more computing power to build the games, but
so things can be built faster because you have power to compile. Although that same drive for technology has also driven up like the desire for photorealism,
for quality,
which may drive some things in the opposite direction. So for me, it makes sense why like a manufacturer like Nintendo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they haven't felt that price hike, the need to hike that price as much because they've never chased the photorealism
of the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Yeah, of the Xbox or the PlayStation, right?
Yeah, Nintendo never has. I don't care.
No. I mean, one could argue those games have looked the same for the last 15 years.
Yes, and they still charge you $60 for the game.
And they still charge you $60. But they're not asking you to pay more.
But they are not asking you to pay more.
I find it. Here's the problem, I think, with companies charging or at least asking me to spend another $15-$20 on a video game. You have to have so much extra equipment to make it work. Right? To really get the most out of a next gen console, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need a 4K TV.
That's true.
Not only do you need a 4K TV, you need that TV to run at 120 hertz, which is not the majority of the 4K TVs.
That's true.
Right. So last generation, a lot of us spent the money and we bought 4K TVs, right? And now, for that $20 to really make sense to me, I need to buy another TV that's 120 hertz because nobody bought a 120 hertz TV when they bought their 4K TV at the beginning of the generation.
No, that's true.
That was cost prohibitive. Like,
I
dear
bought
God.
I bought a new TV when I got the new console that was 120 hertz.
Which TV?
The
I
one
mean,
that,
which console?
the
Like
PlayStation.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I bought a new one that was, better refresh rate and was 4K and
But did you have a 4K TV before?
no.
See, so you went through the last generation with the 1080 TV.
Yes. With the 1080p.
See, I went through the last generation with the 4K TV when I didn't even necessarily have a lot of 4K games to play.
Now I could have taken it downstairs and put it on a 4K TV, but the one that was in the gaming room was not 4K.
So I've gone back and forth like, oh, do I want to spend $1,000 and get a good, because I'm going to want something that looks as good as what I have now or better, but also does 120 hertz.
Yeah. And then, I caught one on,
I would like that
on
better
a Black Friday sale. And, and it's a smaller TV. It's only 42 inches, I think.
No, we ain't going
because
smaller.
It's in the mom cave. It's it's the little gaming setup that I think it was. I did hook up the PlayStation to the Sony downstairs. yeah, it looks good. There's no doubt about that. So
right, yeah. I don't.
So yes,
I think that's the hard. I think that's what makes it hard for the general public to swallow the extra money. Is like, I bought the console, but I'm really not seeing everything that I can see from the console because I need to buy another TV.
Yeah,
and when I buy another TV, I can't just buy the entry level 4K TV.
Have those things increased that much in price? If you think about
120?
it, a TV.
Well,
TVs
listen,
in
you
general.
can buy a 4K TV, run of the mill, 60 frames per second, smart TV, good quality, $400.
Yeah, I think that one in there was like $350. Yes, I got it on Black Friday. Yes, I got a deal on it. No doubt, but still.
Go look at the same. Like, what brand TV did you buy?
But the one that's got all this shit built into it. TLC.
Okay, so
TCL, whatever it is. Yeah.
TCL. If you went and bought the 4K 120 version of that TV, you'd probably play twice as much.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, maybe.
So, right now, I have my eye on an LG C1, 4K 120 Dolby Atmos. But I'm looking at a TV that's 2.5 years old.
It's still QLED though. I mean, it's still going to be really
and
nice.
It's $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, and to me, that's the TV that is going to that's going to give me the same bang for the buck that I spent on the $2,000 TV that I have now that I bought 5-6 years ago. Right. So I'm spending half of what I spent 6 years ago, but it's still saying, hey, Tim, you got to spend $1,000.
Yep.
Right. So,
well, it's
and if you don't, let's say you don't want to go that high, maybe you treat it like, hey, this is really just a gaming TV. I'm not really concerned about all the other stuff. So maybe you can get it for $650, but that's still a big jump.
Or on Black Friday you can catch one for $350, but it's still.
But did you get? It's $350 got you a 120?
100, but
100 hertz?
Yeah, that's what it says. It really runs at 60 though. It never.
So if you when you plug up your system doesn't say, when you plug up your console, it doesn't say that you're rated for 120.
No.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, if you wanted that, you're gonna spend
probably another $150, maybe something
all
like
right,
that.
So here I'm doing on the fly on the fly research.
But
So right,
we sort of have this problem with technology, anyways, right? Because
I can get a well, that's a 43 inch. 43 inch.
that's what
It's
that
going
one
to
is.
cost me 650. If I go up to 55, well, $800. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Dolby Vision,
Yeah, it won't fit in there,
120.
but that's
Yeah,
beside the point.
it's not bad.
Yeah,
Shoot, I might buy this TV.
we're costing Tim money tonight,
Right? $800.
But
Put that on the
like
put
I
that
was
on the
saying,
prop.
we're having this problem with technology. We have this problem with technology, anyways, right?
Yeah,
Computers, you get 4 or 5 years out of it, and you need to upgrade something.
unless you buy a Mac.
You know, I've got an audio system downstairs that I can't use. As a matter of fact, I pulled all the speakers off of it. I'm going to sell the speakers. You know, there's $3,000 worth of speakers down there. That the sound, I got a little Roku sound bar that sounds just as good. It's it's dumb and
Yep.
you know I got a HDMI switch in it that doesn't do HDR, so it's sort of worthless, you know. So
Yeah.
that's sort of technology in total.
Yeah, I mean, there's a real thing that makes you wonder, is it really worth it to chase the upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, well, certain things, yes.
Only to spend $20 more a month, or $20 more a game.
Yes. Yeah, well, certain things are worth it. Like the picture is worth it, right? When you go to Costco and you look at that OLED or that QLED TV, those things are freaking gorgeous.
Listen,
they're
so
amazing.
For Christmas this year, we bought both my sister and my parents new televisions, right? My parents went from...
Will you adopt me?
Yeah. My parents went from a 32 to a 40-inch TV, 1080p, 720 to 1080.
I'll tell you this in a second.
And then we bought my sister had my old digital projection Sony, 50-inch, 720. It was 10, 15 years old. Still worked. You just had to put a new bulb in it every now and then. And I was just like, nah, listen, it's time. So we bought her a Pioneer 50-inch television, 4K. And both of them were astounded.
Yeah.
At the difference
in picture. Yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah. So I told you I'm going to have to visit my dad. My dad is one of those guys, right? If it isn't broken, it stays.
Yo, my folks are like that. Sometimes it stays when it's broken.
He has, it's probably a 40, 45, 44-inch plasma TV. And that's what they still watch. It's just crazy.
I mean, yeah, listen. But like your dad has decided
that it's not worth it, right?
That it's not worth it to him. Yeah. I listen, I get that. I mean, definitely
so but would you be willing, so let's say games kept up with inflation. Would you be willing to pay $200 for a game? Would you ever pay $200 for a game?
No.
I don't think I would either. If they were that expensive.
Okay. So here's the thing. In order for me to spend that kind of money, it would have to be something that would forever hold my attention. Now, one might argue, I don't think I've gotten there yet, but one might argue that for the amount of time that I've played the Division 2 and the expansions and all that stuff that I bought, maybe I've gotten to $200.
I mean,
But I'm not giving them $200 all at one time because I don't know what I'm getting yet.
I pay for that monthly, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, but listen, but you've paid for that
Oh my God,
over the course.
I don't even want to think about it.
You've paid that and then some over the course.
I look at that as my entertainment bill for the month. It's just $15 on the entertainment bill.
Yeah. And I just feel like there's all sorts of things that go into that, right? Like,
so yeah, I keep trying to remind myself every time I go in and look at a game and it's $70 or $80. I'm $60 or $70. I'm like, this game should be $200, so stop complaining.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I get why people are hesitant.
Mm-hmm. Because $70 is a lot of freaking money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You have to know that you're going to get your money's worth out of it. That you're not going to get, 20 hours of playtime.
Yeah, and listen, I'm gonna come off like the Xbox homer that I am, but like that's why Game Pass works.
That's why Game Pass works. Here's what's really interesting about this is they've done study after study about this, and they've found out that they actually make more off the subscriptions than they do off of selling the games. This is nuts, but Microsoft actually makes more because people keep their Game Pass subscription instead of just selling the games. So when they bring AAA title out and it's on Game Pass, that's why people keep it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. You get rid of secondary market.
Okay, so we're going to do this one real quick. Netflix is accelerating its push into video games with plans to double its catalog of offerings by the end of the year. But for now, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. I haven't even looked at it. I take it back. I went and looked at it because the article was there. But it is like 1% of Netflix subscribers play video games through it. It's
you know what it's there for. Who I feel like is the audience for this is like the parent that's got like an 8-year-old to a 12-year-old. They don't want to pay for a console. They're already paying for Netflix.
Yeah.
And the games that I don't even know how you play the games. Like,
it's same.
Does it only work if you're on a tablet? Because I don't think I've ever been prompted. I'm turning on my Netflix.
You have to go into it. You have to go into it.
But I don't even think I've seen it as an option on like for instance on my Apple TV.
Yeah, I think it's all done through streaming.
It doesn't show up for me. Like I don't know if they haven't been able to put it on. Maybe Apple's like, no, you ain't putting your stinking games on my console. But
I mean, I get why they're trying to do it. Except I don't see them making money at it at all, ever.
Yeah, like even on my computer, like games isn't an option.
Well, that's part of the problem, right? Is they make it so hard to find. I mean, there's only 20 some games on it anyways. And they're
only on mobile devices.
Oh, well, there you go.
So you're not really creating anything new for an audience. Like the people that have mobile devices that want to play video games already have games.
Right. Yes.
Like they already. Yeah.
they're already playing
I don't think the
Merge
fact that
Garden
it's included with
and
Netflix,
Evermerge and Farmville
yeah,
and all those.
the fact that it's included on Netflix is not gonna trigger those folks to be like, oh, let me go play a video game on my phone because I never have before. Yeah, no, no.
Yep.
I mean, I hope it does
I
well
don't
for
see
them
it
because
working.
otherwise they're just throwing money at the wind.
It ain't working for them. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
All right, you had the last one.
You're probably right. All right, Overwatch's latest anniversary remix event, the game's third and final such event, kicks off today, giving seasoned fans of Blizzard's hero shooter another batch of skins and chance to revisit limited time game modes. The Overwatch Anniversary Remix Volume 3 event will also bring about the end of loot box sales in games. Blizzard says that when the current event ends on August 30th, players will no longer be able to purchase loot boxes.
I actually
Well, you know how
think
I
this
feel
is
about
a
loot boxes.
big deal, though. Blizzard has said,
You know why I don't think it is?
loot boxes don't work. Well, they do work, but
They do work.
they're okay. Fine, you don't want that. You can buy what you want. But they've gone to this stupid. So they've gone to this Game Pass system. I don't call it Game Pass. I call it something pass. Battle Pass. So it's per season. So they'll open up the season, which is a couple months long, and you get this pass for that season. And if you buy the pass, you get better stuff than the free version. This is the thing that everybody's been complaining about in Diablo Immortal, is that if you want to run the high-end content, you have to buy the Battle Pass, which still gives you random drops.
Here's I think a very important question. How does this change when the purchase goes through and Microsoft now owns them and it's on Game Pass?
Well, there will not be any Overwatch 1 as of October.
Yeah, but you don't think what they're rolling out right now is going to end up being how they do Overwatch 2?
Yes, I believe Overwatch 2 is going to be a battle pass, just like they do now.
But I guess my question is, will the battle pass actually matter if you're already subscribed to Game Pass?
I don't think you'll get that. You'll get the game. Well, the game's free to play anyways. This is weird. This is one of those weird. I don't think you'll get the battle pass for free if you're on Game Pass. Xbox,
really?
Microsoft, yeah. They absolutely believe that'll be a separate charge.
So here's something and I've never noticed this, but I don't think any other game on Game Pass doesn't include all content.
So if
first party. Like if you buy Forza Horizon, if you play Forza Horizon on Game Pass,
do you get all the cars and everything?
I think you get all the content. Like I don't think they charge you extra for that stuff. Well, I could be wrong.
Well, what about things like Fortnite? You don't get all the skins and stuff.
But see, Fortnite isn't a first party game.
Oh, well, true, not Microsoft.
Yeah, so Overwatch would be a first party game.
Did you get all the stuff from Gears?
Yeah.
Couldn't you buy things?
I don't think so.
From the store?
I mean, there was some stuff that you had to earn. Right? I'm
trying to think of something like that they have.
You had to accrue like in-game currency to purchase it.
Like Minecraft. Don't they sell things in Minecraft?
I don't play Minecraft.
I, that's a good. Somebody tell us. Somebody write
So
in and tell us.
so this would be the thing. Like I could see if they had a store and the store said like if you want this game, you want this gun is $5. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But if your barrier to something is a pass, like I I don't think that they've ever done that where you've had to buy a pass.
I,
And
I
well, okay, the pass will exist because there are people who will play the game who don't have Game Pass invariably, right?
right.
But I don't know
But
of a game that has a season's pass where you don't get that content as a part of Game Pass.
hmm, I don't know. I can't think of anything. There are games definitely on Game Pass that you buy things in, but I don't know if they're Microsoft's.
Right. But also are you buying things that would be included in a season's pass of the game?
I don't know how many. Actually don't know how many games do that. Not a lot of games sell
Yeah.
season
Well,
pass
I mean,
stuff.
listen, it's going to be it'll be something that we're going to see
I mean,
play out.
you got to think about the battle royale games, right? And is League of
Right.
Legends, I guess, may be like that. Is there seasons? I know there's definitely content that you buy for League of Legends.
Yeah, I don't know.
We will look into that, and we will
We
let
will
you
look
know.
into that and find out.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting that Blizzard has said, yeah, you know what, we're done with loot boxes altogether. You can stop complaining now.
Right.
We're just gonna kill you with battle passes. And this is the thing that everybody's complained about in Diablo. By the way, speaking of Diablo, did you see the leaked footage of Diablo
No.
4? Don't do this, people. If you have an NDA, don't do this. Don't leak footage. You're not supposed to leak. There's your there. Now, having said that, did you see the footage? Oh my god, it's freaking beautiful. It is.
Oh, let me look. Somebody's going to either somebody's getting
Somebody's
in
getting
trouble,
banned.
or
Somebody's
this
getting
is not
thrown out
really
of.
an underhanded leak. Like somebody.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, but you know what? I wonder. So, like, I just went to a game site, but like they're not showing it,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
Blizzard.
wonder.
It was archived somewhere. I had to go watch an archive version of it somewhere. I don't remember where that was though. But yeah, Blizzard was not happy.
I bet you they weren't. But listen,
But I mean, it wasn't that
all
way.
publicity is good publicity.
It was the character generation and some talent stuff, and probably things I didn't want to get out there because I don't want people to know about it. Because if they decide to change it, I don't want them to know that it was there and things. But it looked gorgeous. It looked really cool. The customization stuff was really, really nice.
I've never played a Diablo game.
I love Diablo.
So here is my thing, and this is going to probably
I love
seem
dungeon crawlers.
very weird to everyone else. I don't like top down.
Oh, really?
It's weird to me.
Huh.
And I recognize that I'm probably missing out on great stuff.
So this is...
But it is weird to me.
This is sort of weird. I actually play World of Warcraft almost like a top-down game. I spin my camera so it's looking almost straight down most of the time. Because I just find it easier to move where I'm supposed to go. And although Airbuck would disagree with that and say I stand in the shit anyways, but but yeah, I just find it easier to do what I'm supposed to do. Looking at it that way. That's why I love dungeon crawlers. Absolutely love them.
Yeah, never been my thing.
So, I wonder if we'll see other companies start to go this way. Get rid of the loot box, the whole random thing. I mean, because Fortnite, you can just go buy what you want, right? You can just, if I want the pink bunny ears, I can go buy the pink bunny ears.
I still think that it is ridiculous that people complain about loot boxes.
I know. Jeez, if you don't want to buy them, don't buy them.
Yeah.
I agree.
Listen, if you have decided that you are willing to roll the dice on whether or not you are actually going to get what you want, have at it.
And people do this all the time. Guys go out and buy baseball cards and football cards and Pokemon cards and we do it all the time.
Yep.
Stop complaining about it in a video game.
If you are a kid, right? If you're a kid, well, listen, maybe this says more about society now than we're really thinking. Because if you are an 8-year-old and loot boxes are your gateway drug to gambling, then you've missed out on baseball cards.
Yeah, so were baseball cards then. Because
half the pack was players I'd never heard of. I have boxes of baseball cards of people I never heard of.
Or ones you didn't want.
Or people I didn't want. So yeah.
Or something I had 4 of.
Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering and all of that stuff. It's all just...
Yeah. Yep. Hearthstone's the same way. Nobody complains about it in Hearthstone. But you buy packs of cards. It's exactly the same.
Yep.
Nobody complains about that.
Exactly the same.
All right.
Now you've really gotten me thinking today about buying a new TV.
You need a TV. I bought a couch. You can buy a TV.
Well, here's the funny thing. Right?
They're the
I buy a new
right?
TV. Then it's like, what am I going to do with this 50-inch that I have now that I don't know where the stand is for anymore? So then I would have to take it off the wall and maybe mount it.
I'm laughing.
In the bedroom.
I'm laughing because we cleaned out the garage. The last couple of days on vacation when we got back, we cleaned the garage and we went and bought new shelves, really heavy duty, nice big shelves so we could put all the crap on. And we found stuff like feet to a TV from 3 TVs ago. In a monitor that was long gone and thrown out. It was hilarious, the crap we found.
And you're like, what do I do with this?
I'm like, oh God, do we even own this anymore?
Yeah, I don't.
No, we don't.
Maybe I'll just buy myself a TCL. But I feel like I'm gonna lose out buying a TCL and replacing a nice Sony with the TCL.
I don't know if it's well, remember, there's only 5 companies that make panels. So you're getting one of their panels, right? You're getting LG, Sony.
Everybody says you need to buy an OLED, right?
Samsung, LG, Samsung, Sony. Oh, some other company that makes all the low end ones. Something like Huawei, but that's not it. Yeah,
and people always used to say that about projectors too.
Yeah, there's only a handful of companies that actually make the panels. So
yeah, I don't know.
All right, so I have a video game review, sort of. So this past week, a week ago, World. So, all right, let me step back here a little bit. World of Warcraft has seasons, just like any other game. And for a season, they will bring out a raid, and a raid is the end content. You're trying to kill the bosses, and there are different versions of it and different levels, and there's normal, heroic, mythic, blah blah blah. So every season there's a new one, and you forget about the old one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because this is the end of the expansion, what they decided to do was take the old raids, and even raids from way back, expansions ago, four expansions ago, and make them what they called fated. And so these fated raids are at the same level that you're currently at, and drop a little bit better gear. It's a blast. What a freaking great idea to bring back all the old raids just leveled up to your. And so you've got to do you walk in and you're like, how the hell do we do this? And the first mechanic goes off and you're like, oh crap, that's right. And you got to run over there and you got to kill those things and do this stuff. But it's such a nostalgic slap in the face when you do it the first time. It is so cool. It was like one of the greatest ideas they ever had. So this is a big kudos to World of Warcraft for the Fated Raids update for the final season for this expansion. So great time. If you've dropped out of WoW and you want to get back in, now's the time to do it, because these are just fun. It's just fun to go back and do old content just geared up for what you're doing now. So lots of fun. Really enjoyed this past week.
Well, I've never played WoW.
I know. A lot of fun though. We were talking about this the other night in Raid. We were talking about this. I don't even want to see my slash played. My slash played has to be years.
Oh.
Years.
Yeah.
Actual playtime. Has to be. There's just no way it's not.
But it's good. Listen, it's great.
I have definitely got my money's worth out of it. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, and listen, and that's the most important part.
At $12 a month, it is the best $12 a month for entertainment that I think you can spend. It's great.
$12 a month, $144 a year.
Yep.
Hold on, is it $12 because you pay for it all at one time?
6 months at a time.
Okay. Would it be less if you paid it 12 months at a time?
Yep.
You should just pay it 12 months at a time.
I know. No, because
what are you doing over there?
Because it happens in December, and that's just not a good month. So what I should do is pay it in November. I should do a 3 month and then just pay it in. Well, but you don't lose the time, so it still would come due next. Even if I paid it in November, it still would come due next December.
Really?
Yeah. They don't. You don't.
So your 6 month is over. Let's say your 6 month is over in September, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you pay your year in September. It wouldn't come due again until the next September, right?
It just gets added on. Whatever time you pay for just gets added on to the end. So if you have a month to go, like if you paid it a month early,
right?
It just gets added on the end of it. So it wouldn't come due till the end of that time.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get you.
So what I need to do is do 3 months. Do 3 months so that it's in a time when nothing else is going on. And
yeah.
Then just pay for the year. Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Actually, you know what? I don't actually. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure they do that anymore. I'm not sure they do the yearly subscription. They might. I know they do 6 months because that's what we do, but
Maybe they'll just wrap it in Game Pass.
that would be cool. That would
Game
make
Pass
me
plus
really.
WoW
Yeah, you
is
know what? Charge
just
me
a
an
little
extra
bit more.
$3 a month and give me Game Pass plus WoW. I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah, would be awesome.
Yes. Alrighty, well that's the show, folks.
Somebody tell Phil Spencer we had a great idea.
Yeah, Phil, get on this. Come on now. You can do it.
Look out for your customers.
That's right. Alrighty, folks. That's the show. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to reach out and contribute to the show in any way, email us at joystickandmouse@gmail.com. To learn how to follow us, all our information is over there at joystickandmouse.com. And be sure to subscribe while you're there. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes if you enjoyed the show. And until next time, Tim.
Take it easy.
All right, we'll see you later, folks. Bye now.
If you like this show, check out more great content at incastmedianetwork.com.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
And that's a wrap.
Okay, did I miss something because you shook your shirt?
No, go buy the shirt. Go.
Oh, okay.
Just
I was
go buy the
like,
shirt.
hold on, did I miss something I was supposed to say?
No, not
And
yet.
that's why he's. I got real confused there for a second.
Oh my god.
Real confused.
Alrighty. Good night, Twitch.